What up, what up? This is Finance, Fitness, and Folk, a channel where we discuss finance, a little bit of fitness, and talk about some folk. So today's episode, I'm going to discuss how being black is not a crutch. How being black is not a crutch. So let's get into it. So why do I say that? So today is Juneteenth, and it celebrates the day in Galveston, Texas, where the last group of slaves were told they were free in 1865, and that's what Juneteenth is all about, the celebration of that, celebration of black African Americans in America being free, being set free. So in that time, since black people have been free, there's been, of course, trial and tribulations for this, Reconstruction and civil rights movement, and just a plethora of things that have happened to black people in general in America since that time. But this is 2023, and I'm gonna tell you right now, folks. For myself, and I'm just speaking for myself. I've never used me being black as a crutch, and what I mean by that. So I never looked at me being black as a situation to where I couldn't get what I wanted in life, and that has helped me throughout my life, as far as building a life for myself, building wealth, being successful in the military. It's just been just a whole bunch of ways that me not using that as a crutch or as an excuse has helped me. So now, as far as getting to other things, as far as like what I call big time wealth, that's a little bit different, because it's one thing to be a millionaire, and it's another thing to be a person that is able to purchase a sports team, able to purchase a radio station, able to purchase a TV network. Those sometimes takes billions of dollars, but I don't have $1 billion problems, and most people don't have $1 billion problems, So, if anybody that's trying to make that argument as far as so-and-so can't buy this and buy that, and what I mean, that's kind of immaterial to a certain degree, because I believe eventually that barrier will be broken. But, like I said, that's a problem that less than 1% of the population in the entire world has. Most people watching this video, 99.9% of the folks watching this video probably don't got the kind of problems, at least not right now. But, who knows? Maybe one day in life you'll be able to be in that position, and I pray that you will, if that's what your goal is. But aside from that, for you to be able to build wealth, you being black is not going to be a crutch or a way for you to make an excuse for you not to be able to build wealth. Because I know for myself, I haven't built the wealth that I want yet, but trust me, it's coming. And once I get it, which I will get it, there's no doubt in my mind that I will be able to achieve my ultimate financial goals in life. There's absolutely no way that I feel that I'm never going to be able to get to that point, And I sure don't believe that me being black is going to be a situation that's going to hinder me from doing that. And I want, folks that are black that's watching this video to understand what I'm telling you. Do not use you being black as an excuse for you not to be able to get ahead in certain things in life. As men, and I'm speaking for women as well, but as of right now, let me just talk to the black men right quick, because I think that a lot of times black men may put themselves as the victim. And we're not victims, y'all, especially when it comes to money. We're not victims. You're not wealthy because of the choices that you've made in life right now or in the past. It has nothing to do with society holding you back, because there's plenty of black millionaires out here. Now, granted, I will say that it is 1% of the population, but here's the thing: everybody's a billionaire, whatever demographic you are, whether you're you're black, Caucasian, Asian, or whatever, you're still 1% of the population regardless. You know what I'm saying? So, yes, if you put apples and oranges and you put all the races together, yes, black folks to the millionaires are probably like at the very bottom, as far as like wealth, especially when it comes to the demographics in America, as far as like who are millionaires. But that's still no excuse. You know what I'm saying? There's no, I forget who said this one time. I'm pretty sure it was a celebrity that I saw on some video. I don't know, might have been Instagram, might have been TikTok or something like that. But and I'm paraphrasing here. He basically said that money doesn't see any color. Of course, money is green. Everybody with them greenbacks. But he said that money doesn't see color. What he meant by that is that if I'm a millionaire and I walk in a room and I'm the only black person there, 9 times out of 10, they're not going to shy away from me, especially if they know I have money. If anything, they're going to greet me and try to figure out how they can help me because I'm a minority. And and minorities flourish when it comes to building wealth in companies and just investments and all kinds of other avenues to build wealth. So if anything, it benefits them for to talk to me to get on my program, for lack of better words, and work with me as a partner, because that benefits them. I'll give you another example, and this is not pertaining to wealth. This is pertaining to the military. I had read online a couple years ago. I was still in the Army when this happened, when I read this, and so I kind of figured to a certain degree that this was going on, but at the end of the day, it wasn't really my lane, and I really didn't dwell in it because it wasn't something that really affected me. But once I read this article about it, it really gave me some insight on what I already thought, and it kind of blew my mind a little bit. So, long story short, the article that I read was saying that there was a extreme shortage of black soldiers and infantry, or just combat arms in general, officers, that is, and the Army at the time, I guess, they recognized this. Maybe they had just recognized it, or they had just recognized it maybe within a year or so, a couple of years. They might have did a study, and pretty much figured that, hey, there's just a severe shortage of this demographic in those ranks. How you doing? All right. So basically, they were giving out all this money to folks, to black soldiers, whether it be they were already officers or they were enlisted. And they were just really pushing this campaign, we need black officers in the infantry and in combat arms. We just really need this demographic because there's an extreme shortage of it. And it made sense because, believe it or not, in the military, there's an actual quota. I don't know if it's an unwritten rule or something that just not really spoke of that much, but there's a quota as far as when they when they choose promotions throughout the year, they look at the demographics of the promotions throughout the ranks, whether it be officer, enlisted, whatever branch you're a part of, what kind of job you have in the military. Well, I can just speak for the Army. I'm not exactly sure about how the other services are, but I'm pretty sure that it's across the board, but I can only speak for the Army as far as what I know. And it's real, there's a quota for how many females that are in that particular job or in that particular rank. There's a quota on how many black soldiers are at that rank. There's a quota on how many agents are at that rank, especially in the officer realm. And that's why I said it made sense when I read this particular article in the Army about those officers, because when you look at it in the Army, it was you look at the general rank, 1 star, 2 star, 3 star. And you don't see too many Asian officers that are at that rank. But the ones you do see, I'm not saying they didn't deserve to make that rank, but it's almost like the Army intentionally hey, look, maybe we have 20 people that are going for this rank right now at this particular time. We got one Asian that's competing. We don't have any Asians in this particular in this rank, so let's go ahead and promote this guy. Of course, we'll make sure that he's deserving of it, but he's pushed forward, or she's pushed forward a little bit further than the other ones because they don't have that demographic at that rank, so that's just one example of how race can actually play a part in your success in life. But you know, this video is just speaking towards black folks, you know what I'm saying? And I get an example, you know what I'm saying, for argument's sake, to you know, let these folks understand on this video, like, yes, I do recognize and understand that, you know what I'm saying, being black sometimes does have an advantage, and sometimes you can use that as a, I guess, as a way to move up, for lack of better words. But from what I've seen in my life, a lot of times black folks use being black as an excuse not to be forward, not to be successful in life. And you cannot use that as a crutch, because if you use that as a crutch, you're never going to be wealthy. You're never going to be in a place where you want to be as far as successful. You're not going to do that. And this, I speak this especially to the black men that are married with kids. Like, what kind of example you're setting for your kids when you're going to sit here and say that, you know, oh, the man is you know, got me down, and I can't get ahead because so-and-so doing this and so-and-so doing that and whatever. First of all, I'm never going to, you know, express to my kids, especially my boys, that another man is hindering me from being successful. What is that? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's absolutely insane and crazy to me. You know what I'm saying? I'm really going to, you know, say to my kids that another man is preventing me from being wealthy. No, that's not how this works. That's not how this works at all. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you see entrepreneurs, when you see folks that are actually making money for real, they're not making excuses. You know what I'm saying? If anything, they're saying that, you know, maybe they're in a situation to where, like, they may have hindered themselves and held themselves back because of certain situation they made, but they're never gonna, you know, sit here and say that a particular person, you know what I'm saying, held them back from being successful. And if you do that, you're never gonna get ahead. You're just not. So, once again, I want to stress this again. Being black is not a crutch. It just isn't. It's not a crutch. Yes, there have been some situations in America where black folks have been discriminated against. You know, there've been situations to where they've had violence put against them. All these things. I recognize that. You know what I'm saying? I'm black, obviously. You know what I'm saying? I understand and recognize that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm in a situation right now to where I can really say with confidence and see with my own eyes that me being black has never held me back from being successful. And as of right now in my life, whether I'm successful, I haven't arrived, and I'm not in a situation to where, like, you know, I can say that, like, I'm just going to go ahead and just be content with what I have. And I'm saying I definitely have a lot more to do as for, like, building wealth and building a legacy for my family. But I'm never going to say for myself that being black was a crutch or being black was an excuse for me not to be successful. And I don't want you to do that. I don't want you to do the same thing. You know what I'm saying? So let's get off this being black and I'm down and out type vibe, and let's get this money, let's get success. All right, like, comment, subscribe. I endeavor to keep pushing the video out to give you leverage to better yourselves. Finance, fitness, and folk. Triple F, I'm gone.